As New Mexico's first and largest microbrewery, Santa Fe Brewing Company is constantly looking for a new way to bring different beers to the market. Unlike other breweries in the Southwest, Santa Fe doesn't just stick with traditional warm weather beers. The Imperial Java Stout stands as one of its flagship beers, but is it worth checking out if you love a good stout? Find out now on Two Dudes Reviews. The Imperial Java Stout is marketed as a full-bodied chocolate coffee stout. Santa Fe Brewing uses locally roasted coffee beans to give it an authentic coffee flavor. However, does it translate into a quality Imperial Stout? Let's find out. Hey guys, we have the Santa Fe Brewing Company Imperial Java Stout here. I've had a couple beers from this company, but I have not had this Imperial Java Stout before, so I'm looking forward to getting into it. So let's just jump right in. Now this beer, unless you live in the immediate Southwest, is probably not available by you. Santa Fe is expanding pretty quickly over the last couple years, but for the most part, unless you're in the Southwest, you are not going to be able to find this. So let's see if it's kind of a disappointment or not a big deal. But alright, let us get into the smell of the beer right off the bat. You do get the barley flavor or aroma right instantly, just about. There is a nice roasted coffee right there too. Just kind of like a traditional black roast, nothing flavored or anything like that. There is a little side sweetness, not like a sweet coffee, but almost a chocolate, but I'd say more on the milk chocolate side instead of the dark chocolate. So it does have the aroma of almost a cappuccino, not quite as much milk in it, but it does have that the coffee with a little bit of milk, a little tad bit of sweetness, but also the barley in there as well. It's really rather interesting. I think it smells rather good as somebody that enjoys a cup of coffee, especially at lunch when I'm starting to pass out. I like that, and I'm enjoying the aroma. It's not too over-the-top barley. Sometimes with an Imperial Stout, you're not sure how much barley, overwhelming aroma and flavor you're going to get. For me, this is really nice. So for a smell, I'm going to approve it. And alright, let's get into the taste now. Oh, you do have the coffee right off the bat. And it's a little thicker than I was anticipating. It's thicker, but there's a creaminess to it. It's very interesting. If you go to the Santa Fe website, they actually say it is like a chocolate bread pudding. I don't know if I'd quite go that far, but it is thicker than what I was thinking it was going to be, because it poured, kind of just like a normal your everyday beer. But there is a little thickness to it. It is kind of a thicker coffee. You have a little bit of the warming sensation in the back of your mouth with the higher barley. It is about 8% alcohol, so the barley and all that kind of goes into the flavor. But I'm liking this so far. It's a little different from your everyday Imperial like coffee stout. There's almost, I almost want to say there's almost like a little bit of like a creamy banana in there. I don't think that's actually one of the flavors used in it, but I'm getting, I think because of the ever so slight sweetness that's in there, it's not just, with the aroma I got almost like a slight milk chocolate. I'm getting a little, it's almost like a banana cream chocolate now. It's very unusual. Nothing is like overpowering the other. There's a nice flow of flavors from the coffee into the chocolate into the banana into the like just the warming in the back of the mouth, and it's really enjoyable. I think this would be a really nice session beer, and so for the taste, I'm going to recommend it. I'm enjoying this so far, so good job. All right, next, value for price. Trying to think how much I paid for this one. I think it was about $2, might maybe give or take a quarter for a can. And I think the 8-pack, the 6-pack that you get around here is I think about $8 to $9, I think, depending on where you get it. But for an Imperial Stout, for heavier stout, you know, there's not a lot of widespread larger companies making the Imperial Stouts. You know, you'll get a couple stouts from your Guinness or whatever from overseas. But in terms of locally made, not mass produced, but locally made distributed stouts, there's not a whole lot. And so I feel like $8 to $9 is not a bad price for a 6-pack, especially if you enjoy it. And it's nice. For me, I was able to get it as a single so I could try it out, see if I like it before investing in something larger. So value for price, I think it's pretty good for what it is. It's, I mean, it is like a locally sourced beer. All the coffee is locally roasted, which is nice. So it's not just, you know, everything's not just shipped in. So you're getting like a local coffee into a local beer, and that naturally would make the price higher, but it's not drastically higher to the point where you'd be frightened to get it. So I'm gonna recommend it for the price too. Even if you only get one to test it out, I recommend that completely. I recommend that for really any beer, just to give it a shot. But for this especially, I think the price point's fair for everything that goes into it, so yes, recommend it. Alright, category 4 is drinkability, and that's, you know, kind of, you know, how many of these can I do in a row? Of course, with a beer that's higher alcohol content with 8%, you're probably not going to do a large number of these in a row, but I would say the barley, when you start hitting that, you know, over 7, 8, 9%, when it's a heavy barley flavor, it starts to get to the barley wine, into the, you have to drink it really slow, in like a snifter, and after one, that's it. That was your session, and you're done, basically. So when it's getting to that higher alcohol content, you're not really sure of it. With this, I feel like the barley is not so overwhelming where I couldn't enjoy it again. I think I could have a second one. 2 is probably where I'd max out. But this, for me, I don't think that this is a kind of beer that, you know, you want, they make for you to have a whole bunch of them. This isn't a summer, you know, shandy or a wheat beer or something where it's designed for you to drink the whole 6-pack at once, basically. That's not what this is for. And so I think just to be able to sit down and have 2 of them in a row, or feel like I could have 2, is saying a lot. So I'm going to recommend it for the drinkability factor. I think this is one you're not going to have a problem with finishing the whole thing, and if you want a second one, it'll be fine. It won't be an issue. So, alright, next is distinction. It's how different is it from your average Imperial coffee stout? Now, you have a handful of coffee stouts out there. You have your Young's Double Chocolate, but that's kind of getting weaned off by the new company that's in charge of that, which is, that's a different topic. But with the coffee flavor, I think it just depends. This does kind of have a nice chocolate, a good coffee flavor, but I don't know if it's necessarily all that different. I actually can think of one or two chocolate coffee stouts that I probably would take above this. That being said, I'm not knocking this. This isn't a bad beer at all. This is a good beer. I don't think it's drastically different from other things out there. So for distinction, I'm going to give it a half out of 1 point. Because it is good. It's not over barley, too much barley flavor in it. But with that being said, if you hunt around, you'll probably find a couple that taste pretty similar to it. I would be interested to see them do almost like a nitro infused beer. I think Java Stout is just kind of asking to have like a creamy head on it. I think that'd be amazing. And but it is what it is right now. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a half. And last category is would I buy it again? I think for a winter beer that I would just like to have around when I want something a little darker, a little heavier, a little thicker, and something that I might just have one, maybe two, probably just one of. This is a beer that I think I could have around. It is nice, it's enjoyable, it's not overly bitter, it doesn't have too much of the barley aroma. It is a nice combination of the coffee, of the stout, and I think it's rather nice. So I would recommend it for that. And so I think overall, 5.5 out of 6, a very, very good score. So yeah, that is what I think of the Santa Fe Brewing Company Imperial Java Stout. It is the highest ranking I have given the Santa Fe Brewing Company of the 3 beers I've reviewed from them so far. So yeah, if you've had this before, let me know in the comments. If you haven't, but if you have a different chocolate stout that you like, or a different coffee stout you like, let me know. We can start a little dialogue. That'd be cool. If you like the video, subscribe to the station, like it. It helps us out a lot. Check out our podcast, 2 Dudes in a Six Pack. You can find that anywhere podcasts are at. And so that's about it. So for now, I'm Grayson. The other dude, Chris. Take it easy.